In this screencast, we're going to show students how to sign up for the Carnegie Resource Center. 6th, 7th, and 8th graders using the Forest Park school ID for Mathia need this code to register. So teachers can put this on the board, 57060-2637. High schoolers using the Franklin Sabres school ID need this code to register, which is 57061-6481. Pause here if you need to and write the code that your students should use on the board. So here I am in my web browser. I'm at the Franklin District webpage. I'm going to go to Students, and I'm going to click on the Mathia and Cognitive Tutor login page. If ever the Franklin District webpage is down, you can also just go straight to carnegielearning.com and you'll get here as well. From this sign-in page, you're not going to sign in. That's when you go into your Mathia or Cognitive Tutor. Instead, to get the Resource Center, it's up here in the top right. So we're going to click on Resource Center. And here's where you normally sign into the Resource Center, but if this is your first time, you have to sign up to be able to get into the Resource Center. So you're going to click on Register. Obviously registering as a student, and this is where you're going to put in that code. So I'm going to register here as a middle school student. So I'm going to put in the correct code, and you're going to work your way down. You're going to fill in. So I'm going to use fake student, fake.student @ and we want you to use your Franklin Sabres email address for this login. Now it's very important, you saw actually there that I just almost made a mistake, very important that you do first.last at franklinsabres.org, and it is .org, not .com. If you register with the wrong email address, or if you make one minor spelling error in here, this will not allow you to register. For username, you can do your first.last, and your password, we want you to use your regular Sabres password. So filling all that in might be good to check with a neighbor, verify each other's. Again, we had students accidentally forget a letter here in Franklin Sabres, and they end up not registering with the correct email address. What this is going to do is it's going to send you an email, and you need to get that email in order to click the link. Working down, if everything is correct and your teacher tells you to move on, go ahead and click on Register. When working in Firefox, if you ever get this remember password when you do this, I don't want to remember the password right now. I'm going to actually close this little box because I don't know. I want to make sure that everything works before I ever remember a password. I'm going to suggest that you leave this tab open, go on up and open a new tab, and you're going to go to your Google account. So just go to regular google.com, and if you're not signed in, you'll be brought to the sign-in page, or to regular google.com rather, where you'll see sign in up here in the top right. So go ahead and click sign in. Sign in with that same email address you just registered, and your password should be the same there. When using your computer, if you know you got in, you successfully signed in, and you get this in Firefox or in Chrome, you can remember the password. That's fine. We'll go ahead and remember password there. From the Google page, you can go up to Mail. So I'm going to click on Mail up in the black bar. And if everything worked correctly, in your inbox here should be a message from help@carnegielearning.com. Click on that message to open it up. There will be a link in there. You can click on this link, and this is the link that activates that account. So if you click that link, it will take you back to the Resource Center, where now you should try to sign in with that email address and your Sabres password. And if you do successfully get in on the computer you're working on, if it's your assigned computer, once you hopefully get in here, you'll see the welcome page. It'll say welcome and your first name. You can click now remember password, since you know that the password worked. If ever you get these messages, you can also always click on this little arrow. If you don't want the browser to remember your password, you can choose never remember a password for this site, and that should go away. In fact, I'm going to say not now for me. So this is the Resource Center. Your teachers will give you direction on where they want you to go in here. This is where copies of the textbook, the worksheets, there's some video guides in here. They'll direct you on where to go, but that is the steps you need to take to successfully sign up. If you did not get the email notification, here's what you should try and double check. So I was working in my email here. I did not get the email. I'm going to go back to the tab where I registered. I'm going to hit the back button, And I'm going to look at my information here. What we did when we did this with some students is we found spelling errors, in which case correct the spelling error. If it says that username is already taken, just put a 2 or a 3 on the end of the username. The username doesn't really matter because you end up signing in with your email address. So those are just some steps to help you troubleshoot if there was a spelling error so that you can get properly registered. And once you do get registered, go check your email again and you should get that email notification. And that's it. Thanks for watching.